So Ryan, you have seen significant growth over the last 5 years. We've seen a video about that growth that you shared with the congregation. How did that happen specifically, and what part may have the TMG envisioning process helped in that way?
Well, I would say, first of all, beginning in all throughout, it's the Lord. It's His work. You know, the church is His bride, and we get to be a part of that. And so I would say, first of all, it's the Lord's favor for whatever reason, totally undeserved, being poured out on us here. And so I want to be quick to say, hey, you know, it wasn't a bag of tricks that you guys brought in or we brought in, but it has to be the Lord, and I believe it was, and will continue to be the Lord. And so I'd say that first off. But we do know this, we do know that God uses people. And that's the beautiful thing. You know, we often forget that. Well, we'll just pray and see what happens. No, God uses people. We are a means by which He spreads the gospel to the world. And so I would say the Malphurs group, once again, was used by God in a lot of ways to get the people that were here, to get their eyes off of themselves in a lot of ways and out to the world. And I don't think it's an either or. I don't think you need to be just a church that only focuses out and doesn't focus in. But man, when you're trying to survive, when there's just a remnant left, man, when you're trying to keep something alive and going, that, you know, that there's just a small portion of people left, man, you're in survival mode in a lot of ways. And so God used, I believe, the Malphurs group in a lot of ways to get the people's eyes off of themselves and back out into the community and into this world around us, and saying, hey, there is a field out there and it's white unto harvest, and God has put you almost smack dab in the middle of it. So,
well, if you drive around your community, you see, even when we worked here 5 years ago, when I drive around this community, which I did this morning, I am shocked at the number of new houses. So God has allowed that to happen, which this community is growing.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
that has a part to play. At the same time, you know, you can stay as a church as a holy huddle.
That's true, for
and early on, that's where we saw the Mount.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so your point is, I think that it takes looking out and realizing that we need disciple-making, training, you know, mentoring, you know, all those things. But we also need to be able to look outside.
Totally. It's not an either or. And that's what, you know, we continue to beat the drum is, hey, you know, it's not, oh, well, we're an evangelistic church or we're a discipleship church. It's not, it's both and. They both are there. Right. So, and that is a holistic approach that we continue to be. It's biblical. And so you guys, I think the Lord, again, just used in helping remind our people of that. I don't think the people didn't know that. I just think they needed to be reminded of that, and then given some tools about, hey, how can we walk that out in our church, in our community, and in our culture?
Well, it's been humbling for Aubrey and I to be a part of that process with the Mount. It's always humbling for us to see what God does, and He uses all kinds of people, you know, even organizations, to make change. And so I'm really thankful to see what's happened here.
I feel like I'm forever indebted to you guys in a lot of ways, and I point everybody that asks, I'm like, you need to talk to them, man. Like, they did a great job, and they were exactly what the church needed at that point, you know.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, thank you.